The Lakers have officially done it. They have locked themselves into the play-in. They are officially the 7th seed in the Western Conference, set to take on the Memphis Grizzlies. What a journey. What a roller coaster. What just an insane season in general, right? We had a 0.2% chance of making the playoffs. Seriously, that is insane to think that we basically had nothing, no shot at getting to the playoffs, and we ended up solidifying the 7th seed. That's such a remarkable thing. And this is a time of just celebration. Job's not finished. The players, they need to take the moment in and enjoy the moment, but they need to buckle down and really kind of put this together, because the display that we saw was not what we hope for in the playoffs. But I think the rest is going to go a long way, right? They get 4 days off. They won't have their next game till Sunday, so that is huge for them. A lot of it is fatigue, it looks like, or at least we hope so. We hope it's fatigue, and now they'll get 4 days rest, and that'll kind of get them in the ship right, and they'll be able to kind of turn it around and get ready for the matchup against the Memphis Grizzlies. But for us fans, this really should be a celebration. This really should be a moment of just excitement, because seriously, even a month ago, we were the 13th seed and it looked like we weren't even going to make the play-in. This team goes on a run and has a top offense, top defense, best record in the league, you name it. They do it all. And to think of the roster that we had earlier on, and to think of, the just terrible fit that Russell Westbrook turned out to be. And, and Russ is the player that he is, right? Now he's thriving and been a lot more successful with the Clippers. And maybe with this roster, he would have had success. Problem is, with his salary and stuff, it just was impossible. And the Lakers were able to turn water into wine, so to speak, and were able to turn Russ into a just plethora of players and really kind of rehaul this roster. And now we're there. Now we're in it. And this feels like more of a real team. But again, in the Minnesota game, it wasn't the best performance. LeBron James and Anthony Davis really carried this. Dennis Schroeder was a monster and absolutely huge. Rui had some real moments, and especially on the defensive end, he's really stepped up defensively over this last handful of games or so, a little more now at this point, couple handfuls, and just his scoring and getting to the rim and stuff. He's going to be crucial, right? Most of these guys are going to be crucial. For the most part, we had a bad game. We played about as bad of a game as you could against the Timberwolves, and they played as good of a game as they could. They shot the lights out, shot 40% from three, 60% from the field. Karl Anthony Towns was absolutely killing it. Guys were hitting big shots. Mike Conley. This was a team that had nothing to lose. They laid it all on the line and almost beat the Lakers. They should have beat the Lakers, right? This felt like a game that the Lakers should have lost. But in the same breath, this is a testament to this team. The team we had a couple months ago now would have lost by 20 at least, right? They would have gotten absolutely just smacked. But this team, they still fight. They're resilient. They lock down and buckle down defensively. I don't like the, hey, let's turn it on in the fourth quarter. We're seeing a lot of that. We're seeing this team really just say, okay, as long as it's within reason, as long as it's within double digits, we can get the win still. And that's not what I want to see from the Lakers, right? 7-game series, a lot can happen, right? You're going to have a game where they're terrible. You're going to have a game where they're fantastic. You're going to have a game where the Grizzlies just shoot the lights out. You're going to have a game where the Lakers shoot the lights out, right? You're going to have this back and forth. And it's who can come out on top in that 7-game stretch. Who can play better for 4 games. And that's going to be crucial for this Lakers team. And that's why I think the rest will be a big factor. Guys outside of LeBron James and Anthony Davis have to show up on a nightly basis. It can't just be a game here and there. It has to be nightly. This team still has a big uphill battle to climb, right? And on top of that, they still are developing chemistry and trying to figure each other out. And you still see moments where turnovers happen and stuff because of that lack of chemistry. And that's a concern. But this team has shown that they're resilient enough, that they don't quit, they keep pushing, and they find a way. That's what you need, right? You need these teams to who can win in a rock fight, who can win in a bruiser battle. And the Lakers have proven that on several occasions. Can you close out strong? Can you win in a game that you shouldn't win? The good teams always find a way to win. And good teams struggle against bad teams on all the time. And look, the Minnesota isn't a bad team. For as much as like people talked about Rudy Gobert and McDaniels, I think McDaniels hurt them more than Rudy. But rebounding and interior, we killed them and dominated in that. That might have been a factor. But in the same breath, this was Minnesota's best lineup from like every metric. This lineup was really good. They didn't have the large sample size, but this is a lineup that beat the Pelicans when they were down and trailing, and after they crumbled and fell apart, they were like a plus 35 in like 26 possessions or whatever, and plus 8 and some change in the 12 minutes that they had played in the Pelicans. Like, that was a lineup that was their best statistical lineup, and the Lakers powered through it. They played like a team that really was really good, and the Lakers found a way. And that's what it's about, especially in the playoffs. It's about finding a way to win. It's about finding a way to overcome the bad games. You have a terrible game, can you find a way to win? And that's what the Lakers did, right? And now, Dillon Brooks is going to get what he wants, right? Dillon Brooks said, I wouldn't mind playing LeBron in a 7-game series. The legacy is there. First time back in the playoffs, knock him out right away in the first round. It'll test us good. They got good pieces, good players, and that'll be a good first-round matchup for us. Again, Dillon Brooks on which team he prefers the Grizzlies go up against in the playoffs. And Dillon Brooks is going to get what he asked for. The old saying, be careful what you wish for, right? Well, Dillon Brooks is about to find out. And look, the Lakers, they match up well against Memphis. Memphis is a good team. They're a solid team. They have some real pieces. They have their young superstar in Ja Morant, right? They have Triple J, who, is up there for Defensive Player of the Year. They have shooters and Bane and Kennard. They got the defensive guys. They got the wings. They got everything. They got everything that they could need to win an NBA championship. And they've been the 2 seed in the West all year. But the Lakers, they match up well. And I do think that Steven Adams and Brandon Clark being out, I think that helps the Lakers because that makes the matchup for Anthony Davis more favorable. So we need him to step up. We need him to play big. We need LeBron James to continue to be LeBron James. This 4-day rest, I think, is going to be huge for him. The Lakers played like 10 games in 13 nights. That's a lot of games in a short span to end the season. And then they had to go do the play-in, and now you got to go do a 7-game series against the Memphis Grizzlies. But it's time to go humble this team, right? This team talks a lot. This team has, runs their mouth for a team that hasn't really accomplished anything. And it would just be so nice to go in there and just smack them. Win game 1, right? I would love to see the Lakers win game 1. Now, again, it's a 7-game series. If they lose game 1, they lose game 1. It's not the end of the world, especially LeBron James, right? LeBron, he almost always loses game 1 because he uses that game as like a figure it out game and see like what are they doing, how are they doing it. But I do believe we can go into Memphis and steal game 1. That would be really nice and really establish some confidence. But you're going to need other guys besides LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You're going to need the role guys to really step up. Rui and Schroeder have been great. So we got our 7 guys for sure, right? You got the starting 5, you got Schroeder, and you got Rui. But 2 of the starting 5 were terrible. Austin Reeves had a horrible game, and so did D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell had like an atrocious game. I mean, that was just bad, right? But I do expect them both to be better, and I do expect these 2 to continue to shine, and I do expect other guys to step up. We're going to need it. We're going to need other guys to step up. We're going to need Beasley to step up. You're going to need, Tristan Thompson and Mo Bamba and Winning Gabriel or whoever plays, whoever it is, Troy Brown, all those guys. They're going to have to step up. They're going to have big moments. We need LeBron James and Anthony Davis for however many games this series goes. And every game, you're going to need 2 or 3 other guys to step up big. LeBron and AD will handle most of the heavy lifting, right? But you need a Dennis Schroeder, Rui, D'Lo, and Reeves all giving you, 10 to 15. Hopefully one of them gives you 20, right? And then the other guys chip in and all that stuff, and all of a sudden you're at like 115, 120 points. So this is a team that we've beaten twice. We beat them without LeBron James. This is a team that I do believe that we match up well against and we can get the job done. I think our experience going to be helpful with LeBron and AD. They're 2 guys that have been there. Dennis Schroeder and his experience. Now all these guys got some some actual play-in experience and some playoff level basketball under their belt. This is really good. This is a great position to be in, but we have to do this as a team. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Think Lakers get it done? Do you think they don't? Do you like the matchup? Do you don't? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below.